I don't care. You come in my face, I'm gonna fight you.
G'day, cunts. Welcome to another fisted, full-packed edition of Awkward Silence. We are very fucking happy to be here with you this evening, episode number 31. So, let's not waste any time. Let's get right into this shit. I, of course, am the tribal chief of Awkward Silence, the Go to Jags YouTube jagging off. We got CP motherfucking G, who will eat your ass and stretch it wide. We got Master Nikki, the draft sensei, who's just great at doing mock drafts. And we have Chicago Sports Talk, Justin Fields, Michael, co-host of Awkward Silence. Acknowledge me!
My tribal chief.
My tribal chief.
Wonderful.
Can I point out something real quick? You realize you burped during the intro?
Yes,
I was gonna say that shit.
I was fucking dying with my mic.
I was well aware I didn't mean that, because like for those of you that don't know, I have to hold the phone up to my headpiece here and just let the theme song and shit play, and like yeah, that one kind of slipped out.
I'll say.
Just kind of like an unwanted fart. But anyways, people who are watching tonight, you have tuned in on a very special night. Somehow, we have all not killed each other. We have not gotten canceled, and this fucking show has lasted a year. God damn it!
Woo!
Woo! I
Woo!
can't believe it's been a year already. In all honesty,
I know it's fucking nuts. And y'all sound
Damn.
so excited.
365 days went by that damn fast.
Yeah, man.
Yo, I totally forgot about Ben DiNucci.
Because we started right after the Super Bowl when the Rams won?
Yeah, that's
before.
Correct. No, we started right after. The show started February 12th. And last week would have been the 1 year, but you know, we all couldn't do it for some reason.
I think it was because Super Bowl shit.
Oh yeah, the Super Bowl was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, it's only been a week since football's been gone.
Which it's only been like 3 days, and we're hearing about the NFL being scripted.
No, they're saying that about the XFL now.
Yeah, what were your guys' first impressions of it? I mean, my DC Defenders are on right
Quarterback
now.
play was fucking terrible.
Honestly,
Yeah, quarterback play was doo-doo.
Yeah, quarterback play does suck.
do you want? I mean, I didn't watch the first half, but I watched the second half. But the Battlehawks overcame a 3-15 lead under 2 minutes.
Overcame.
Overcame.
Yeah, like I'm looking at the scoring. Like for the most part, besides Houston, it's pretty low.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens with DC and the Sea Dragons.
Arlington got a W.
Oh yeah, ain't that the team you're rocking with, Nick?
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm rocking with the Battlehawks, and it's funny how their quarterback is AJ McCarron.
Ben DiNucci plays for the Sea Dragon.
Yeah, I completely forgot about him.
And right now he's beating our DC Defenders, CPJ. It's fucking horseshit.
Wait, y'all chose the same team?
It says
Yeah.
Ben DiNucci escapes and flips it to Josh Gordon for the touchdown.
Oh yeah, them fuckers have Josh Gordon.
Wait, what is that? What's that chiseled Adonis thing when he plays something for Flash Gordon? The Flash?
Dude, I can't
It's
escape
Flash.
Chisel Adonis anymore.
The Flash Gordon song from Queen?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. On that subject, dude, a lot of his stuff is repetitive, and that's fine because, like, you know, some of it's funny. But dude, the way this guy cock rides Derrick Henry, it like makes the shit unwatchable. Like, you a Steelers fan, and you like deep throat him more than any other player. Like, it's fucking stupid.
the best joke he's got though is ain't gonna let nobody turn me around.
Turn me around. Turn me around.
Yeah, but on a real note though, whenever like a best catch happens like in an end zone, we have to say
Hold my nuggets. Suck my dick.
That one's really gay too.
You said it all the time back in the day.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, because it was funny back then. Like, now he says it so much, it's just, fuck, dude.
Hey, it's better than urinating tree.
Yeah, pretty much. Literally anything is. Well, I shouldn't say literally anything, but, like, a lot of things are. Except Scooter Magruder. He's a fucking awful content creator.
Damn, what you got against Scooter?
Dude, I fucking hate that guy, and I hate that he's a Gators fan. He just... Ugh.
Wait, why do you hate him so much?
Because he's not funny at all. Like,
Well,
like,
I haven't
he'll
seen a
get the shirt-
video.
Shut up a minute. He'll get in a goddamn shirt of everybody's team and say, this is how they're supposed to act. No, you fucking piece of shit. No one acts like you. Literally no one.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
My God!
Yeah, it took me a while to realize that shit.
You don't know what they do to us in prison.
Oh my god. Now we're gonna talk about this shit.
I didn't even bring up one.
Yeah, for
wrestling
once it wasn't
reference.
your fault. God, I feel like I'm talking to my kid.
God damn!
Nah, that's what, when some shit goes wrong and, like, it ends up not being her fault and she's around, like, God, for once it wasn't your fault.
Jesus.
That's really what I say to her. Dumbass almost got hit with a softball today because she was standing too close to where like my team's practicing was holding batting practice.
My God. My God!
By God Almighty!
I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
My God.
By God, it's Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
It's Dwayne the Cock Johnson.
Goddamn right.
Johnny Come Guzzler.
Haven't we like had enough of wrestling right now?
They just had the Elimination Chamber.
What was it? What was that shit? Saturday?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, guess what? I didn't watch it, so I don't know what the fuck happened.
Hey, Edge and Beth Phoenix beat Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor.
Hey, I got tired and took a massive shit last night.
What the fuck?
This is more entertaining than WWE.
This man will never be impressed by anything WWE ever. Even if it's like Stone Cold's like, hell yeah, I'm coming out of retirement. He'd be like, fuck this.
Well, that I was impressed with last year. Why do you keep laughing?
Dude. he wouldn't care because the Sami Zayn and Roman match was epic.
I'm sure it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
I'm just saying, like, if Stone Cold, if Stone Cold like permanently came out of retirement, you would be like, man, this shit's fucking stupid.
No, that I might actually start watching it. Just the other shit will probably be stupid. Well, fucking now Michael's gonna be like Michael Cole. This is the greatest elimination chamber of all time. Like he literally says that dumb shit about every fucking pay-per-view. Like when he was like, this Royal Rumble has to be the greatest ever. No, the fuck it's not.
So the 40-man Royal Rumble doesn't exist?
That one was shit too.
I'm talking about the one where Alberto Del Rio won that shit.
Yeah, and that was shit too. I know exactly what you were talking about because I was actually watching this shit back then. All right, so yeah, Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Everybody thinks the NFL scripted, but what other NFL news is going on?
DK Metcalf is getting
DK Metcalf got hit with a drug test just for being athletic.
Are you serious?
Well, yeah, because he was in the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game, and he made like an awesome dunk, and then he got hit with a drug test the very next day.
I mean, so a tall, athletic black man can play basketball good. I mean, why is that a surprise?
My thing is like, why are we punishing players? Why are we punishing athletes for being athletic? That's what I just want to know.
No one is denying that no one's denying that DK is very talented, but Goodell is an idiot.
It's just a disgrace at this point. Like, oh, you jumped in the air? Here's a piss test.
because he had a double-double in the celebrity game.
Yeah.
Come on, NFL.
That's fucking terrible.
The NFL be like, oh, God, he's being athletic, and it's not in an NFL game? Drug test.
We must test him.
You can't possibly be good at anything other than football. Drug test.
But they never do it for Mahomes. They never do it for
Brady either, because fuck him.
Mahomes is their poster boy now.
Billy Bob coming in the chat.
Ew.
I found you.
Coming from behind.
I found you. I've texted you. Now go to bed.
Don't tell me that this man thinks this shit is
It's
real.
Billy Bob.
Because his team choked in the Super Bowl. Don't get me started, damn it. Don't get me started.
It's Billy Bob here. Jaganov does not know anything about football because he doesn't deny he is denying the greatness of Brady.
Okay. Well, speaking of talented athletic black men, there's the news I was trying to allude to was there seemed to be some trade rumors surrounding one particular person. Can't think of who it is though.
I thought you were going to mention how Eric Bieniemy got a offensive coordinator job.
No, I did not. Shut the fuck up. I wasn't. What person is it? Nick, help me out. Who's like rumored to be getting traded? Like I
heard it was like his first name rhymed with Dustin.
Oh yeah, that's right. And his last name rhymes with Squeals.
I was gonna say Shields.
Yeah, Dustin Shields.
Dustin Shields. Oh shit, that's right. There's a bunch of teams acquired. There's a rumor going around that Justin Fields might fucking get traded.
AKA Rumor.
Now this is it. Now this is interesting, right? What shall happen? Because like the Commanders are in on them. The Jets, I've seen a graphic for that.
They kind of fucked that up already.
Possibly shut the fuck up until I finish. Possibly even the Carolina Panthers. CBG, how would you feel about acquiring Justin Fields?
At this point, I kind of want C.J. Stroud or Anthony Richardson. We could have drafted Fields a couple years ago and didn't.
I was kind of surprised you didn't.
I think
like,
we took J.C. Horn that year.
I'm just surprised. I'm just surprised that Michael wants no part of Bryce Young.
I don't want Bryce Young.
Wait, you didn't deny that his name is Bryce Young?
Of course he didn't. He's stupid.
It's Bryce. B-R-Y.
Well, either way, I don't.
You put it in your Instagram story as Bryce, like he has a twin brother.
Maybe. Oh my god, I was gonna say something, but nah. I was gonna say he might have a twin brother.
Does he have a twin brother?
I mean, I feel like we would have heard about it by now.
Well, we didn't know that Tua had a brother playing in college.
He plays for Maryland.
Yeah, I knew about Talia.
Is he eligible to get drafted this year?
I don't think so. I think he's coming. I think he's coming back one more year.
He should. He actually looks promising though. Like the game, like I caught a couple Maryland games this year, so he looks pretty good.
He looked decent. I still think Michael Penix is going to be good, and that Indiana screwed him up.
So he'd be your late round gem this year.
What?
So he'd be your possible dark horse in the late rounds as far as quarterbacks are concerned this year.
Well, he's not in the draft this year, remember?
Oh, he's out next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What year is Archie Manning going to possibly?
Archie Manning retired in the 70s, you idiot.
You mean Arch?
His name is Arch. God, you're terrible with names.
Well, Dragon.
Bryce Young, Archie Manning.
He needs that IRL Grammarly app.
They're marching, Dragon.
What's marching?
The defenders on the Sea Dragons.
See, goddammit, I need to fucking finish my office so I can have the fucking TV set up because I would actually watch this shit on mute. Oh, wait,
You're not missing much. It's a defensive battle so far.
I like defense.
So do I. Defense is a good part of the game.
Third down now. They're inside the 20.
Well, you're way behind. You're way behind.
Who's a quarterback? Tayamu or the white boy?
Te-amo.
Okay. So also, I would like to point out on the Justin Fields trade talks. This dude Michael said he wouldn't want Chase Young, the 15th overall pick, and then just draft Young.
You mean
the problem is Chase?
Oh yeah, Chase Young.
He can't stay healthy.
He was injured 1 year.
I just he can't stay on the field.
Or Deron Payne. I forgot about that one.
I would take that trade scenario that you presented to me, Jaganov. If it meant getting Deron Payne on that defensive line with Kenny Clark, I'd take it.
Isn't he a free agent though? He
can get franchise tagged and traded.
We've literally said that 8 fucking times to you in that chat. The franchise tag exists.
Well, what happens when
a franchise tag?
Then what happens when the Washington Commanders don't do it?
They can still use them.
My thing is like, we're not saying it's going to happen. It's a hypothetical situation.
Yeah, and to get either Young or Deron Payne, and all I got to do is give up Justin Fields and take the top quarterback process, I'd do that shit in a heartbeat.
Defenders touchdown.
Sweet. Who got it?
Te'amu ran it in.
Oh, sweet. But anyway, before I completely lose my fucking mind, Nick, you got a mock draft? Well, the segment that really, well, I don't know. Well, I don't want to say it started us all because it came through later in the show because we do this later. But it's everybody's favorite part of the show. We're in draft season. Draft order has been determined. Nikki has a mock draft for us. So, Nick, what do you got?
Round of applause.
Maybe make that ass clap.
All right. So,
No one remembers Waka Flocka Flame.
Yes.
all right. So here we go. So first we have the Chicago Bears, and I am having a trade here. A lot of people say they're going to trade with Indy, but I thought of something different here.
Oh, good.
Oh, really? Really? Let's hear it.
So Chicago is going to trade with Houston, and Houston is going to give up the second overall pick in the second round, a 2024 second, and Brandon Cooks to Chicago for the number 1 pick.
Ooh.
Oh, can
Well,
I?
they really got to give all that up to move up?
It's for a quarterback, man.
Well,
Can I ask you something, Nick? Wouldn't
What?
they need to draft trade their 12th overall pick?
No. There's no Trevor Lawrence. There's no generational talent at quarterback in this class. That would require someone like generational. And it's moving up 1 spot. You're getting the 33rd overall pick, a 2024 second, and a wide receiver that's better than any wide receiver on your team right now.
I mean, I would want to have Brandon Cooks.
I'd say
I want to have Brandon Cooks, no question about it. But my only issue around Brandon Cooks is he consistently gets hurt.
Are you Ryan Poles?
No,
Are you Ryan Poles? Are you doing this mock draft?
no.
Then shut the fuck up. Continue.
And Houston is going to select Bryce Young, the quarterback at Alabama.
Well, goddamn.
And now Chicago at number 2 still gets Jalen Carter, the defensive tackle out of Georgia. So Chicago got a wide receiver 1 for their team and Jalen Carter at defensive tackle. I'd say that's an impressive haul for them in the first round.
Fuck yeah. I'd be happy with that.
And next, the Arizona Cardinals are going to take Will Anderson Jr., the edge rusher out of Alabama. We'll see how he fits into that scheme, that Philadelphia scheme. I thought he would fit better in a 3-4. But I think Will Anderson can fit in a 4-3. He's still a generational talent at edge rusher, and I don't think you can go wrong with that.
I agree. I agree.
I was about to say, he's probably good enough to fit anywhere.
Yeah. Next, we got the Indianapolis Colts. Next, we got the Colts taking C.J. Stroud, the quarterback out of Ohio State.
Boo.
I know you hate that Jagganoff, but I could not pass that up.
I know. You're smart.
They'll take Will Lettuce. They'll take Lil Lettuce.
Next, we've got the Seattle Seahawks with their pick that they got from Denver, taking Devon Witherspoon, the corner out of Illinois. It's a surprise. It's a surprise for some people, but this is my cornerback 1 in this class. Just watch the tape.
You really do love this guy.
He's really good. He's a hard-hitting tackler. I've seen comparisons to Jair Alexander. You can't go wrong with that. And Seattle, and I know a lot of people think like, oh, they should go after another tall corner like a Christian Gonzalez. But like they already have a tall corner. You should get someone that can cover the route runners while Tariq Woolen covers the 50-50 jump ball type of corners.
Yeah, I was about to say, and not here. But what the fuck? Who was their other corner last year?
I couldn't even tell you.
Well, he must have been asked then. So go ahead.
So
Because I was trying to think of it. Because like I was trying to think of it. Like, does Seattle really need a quarterback? But I guess they do.
next, we've got the Detroit Lions. And this might be a shock for some Lions fans, which kind of shocks me that it's a shock to them. But I have them taking Anthony Richardson, the quarterback out of Florida. Have him sit behind Goff for a year or two while he develops. And he's got the highest ceiling of any quarterback in this draft, in my opinion.
Yep.
Next, we have the Raiders taking Will Levis, quarterback from Kentucky. They desperately need a quarterback, and you could say that they could trade for Aaron Rodgers, but just wait for what happens with that in this in the upcoming picks here.
Oh God.
Oh my god.
Now, I watched Will Levis, and I think there's definitely talent there. He didn't have a lot of help at Kentucky, unlike Stroud and Bryce Young, but there are mistakes to be made, and the pocket presence is a problem. But I do see that he has tools to work with.
You gotta have the right tools for the job.
Next, we got the Atlanta Falcons, and I have them taking Tyree Wilson, the edge rusher out of Texas Tech. They need a better pass rush. Tyree Wilson's an animal. Okay, so I forgot to mention at the start of this mock draft that in this scenario, I have Derek Carr signing with the Carolina Panthers, which is why I didn't have them trade up for a quarterback.
Oh shit.
Ouch.
So, so at number 9, though, the Carolina Panthers get a weapon for him, so you don't have to 100% rely on him with Bijan Robinson, the running back out of Texas.
Damn, that's early.
Wow.
Nah, Bijan Robinson. I mean, we live in a world where Ezekiel Elliott was drafted 4th, where Saquon was drafted like 2nd?
Leonard
Yeah,
Fournette
you're
was
correct.
drafted 4th.
What?
Leonard Fournette was drafted 4th.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think Bijan going at 9 is that much of a reach. He is a blue chip prospect at the position. He's really good catching out of the backfield. He's better in between the tackles than Christian McCaffrey was. I think this might be a bold statement, but it could be an upgrade over McCaffrey.
I agree. I mean, Christian McCaffrey couldn't stay healthy.
I don't want Derek Carr.
Well, it would. I think it would only be like for like a year or two, and if you guys are not as good next year, then you can get someone like Caleb Williams to go with Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, Derek Carr is gonna make them not suck enough to get Caleb Williams.
We'll see.
I already know. I already hope this doesn't happen, like any of this.
All right. Philadelphia Eagles, I have them taking Christian Gonzalez, the corner out of Oregon. Darius Slay is getting old. Bradbury hasn't been signed to a new contract. You need to re-up that corner room, which is kind of thin.
Shit.
At 11, I have the Tennessee Titans taking Paris Johnson Jr., the offensive tackle out of Ohio State. They're about to cut Taylor Lewan, so get a replacement for him with Paris Johnson.
Hopefully Taylor Lewan gets hit by a bus.
God damn, your hatred for that man knows no bounds.
Anyone that goes to Tennessee, Jagganoff hates.
That's not
Next, we got the Houston Texans with their pick that they got from Cleveland in the Deshaun Watson trade.
Come on, you rapist.
We got them taking Miles Murphy, the edge rusher out of Clemson. They need pass rush help. Miles Murphy is very good. He's also a really good run stuffer. Next, the Packers are trading. Next at 13, the Packers are trading Aaron Rodgers to the Jets for the 13th overall pick, a 2024 first, and wide receiver Corey Davis, who has history with Matt LaFleur.
Ew.
And with that 13th overall pick, the Packers take Brian Branch, the safety out of Alabama.
Right, but
Yeah.
Corey Davis, though.
I mean, he's not going to be a number one receiver.
I get that. I get that. I would just hate that for you guys because he fucking sucks.
I think he knows LaFleur's scheme back when LaFleur was in Tennessee, and he can add some familiarity.
I mean, with him, Romeo Dobbs, I mean, I don't know. It might be all right, but
I'm not saying he has to be like the guy.
how many years does he have left on that contract? Because I know the Jets gave him a pretty big contract.
I think it's like 1, maybe 2.
Well, read this next pick, and I'll ask the Google machine unless you got more to say about this.
Anyways, Brian Branch, Adrian Amos is about to be gone. Adrian Amos is about to be gone. I'm not sure that Darnell Savage is a starting caliber safety. So you got to re-up that position and get Brian Branch, who is a hard-hitting tackler and is sound in coverage as well. You could even put him in the slot when needed.
Okay, so Corey Davis has 1 year left on the contract. Says the cap number is $11 million, or like almost like $11.2 million. And,
well, Aaron Jones just took a pay cut to stay with the team, which freed up $11 million in cap.
Well, you probably wouldn't have to pay that because if the Jets cut him by June 1st, or the pre-cut June 1st, or whatever the fuck that means, it's like they saved $10 million.
True.
So I think if you do that trade, wouldn't you just have to pay like the remainder?
Yeah, and also the reason why
so that kind of makes sense. Then you'd get him for pretty cheap.
Yeah, and also like when it comes to getting 2 firsts for Rodgers, basically when I looked at the contract for Rodgers, trading him to the Jets, we would still be paying Rodgers for playing for another team. So they got to give us a hefty price in order to have us pay for him to play for another team.
Yeah. Okay.
Next week.
All right. That's not bad then.
Next, we've got the New England Patriots, and I had them taking Peter Skoronski, the offensive lineman out of Northwestern. I mean, he's kind of undersized for a tackle, so he could play guard, but also at the same time, they drafted Wynn out of Georgia, who was very undersized for tackle. And I think he could be a good fit. He's really good in pass pro. He's decent in run blocking as well.
He does.
Next, we've got the Packers with the 15th overall pick, and I have them taking Michael Mayer, the tight end out of Notre Dame.
Damn, so you got Brian Branch and Michael Mayer. Fuck, that's a good haul.
Yeah, he's a really good blocker. He's a reliable. He's got reliable hands, and he'd definitely be an upgrade over Robert Tonyan.
Yeah, this hypothetically speaking, like Jordan Love should have all he needs.
Yeah, I agree.
We gonna find out about his ass.
Yep.
Then at 16, I got the Washington Commanders
with sharp teeth and claws.
They don't. They have pig.
They have
pig hands.
They have fat bellies and snouts.
I have them taking Deontay Banks, the corner out of Maryland.
Did you say corner?
Deontay Banks will be joining General Tutty.
I've not even heard of this. Wow, I've not even heard of this guy.
He's really good. Sound and man coverage.
But ahead of Porter, Keely Ringo, and fucking
Keely Ringo's got a little bit of development to do. If you watched him in that Ohio State game, you saw him get cooked a number of times.
I mean, I know, but damn.
Next, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I got them taking Brian Breesy, defensive tackle out of Clemson. It's hard to tell how impactful he will be because he has history with injury, but the talent is there when he is on the field.
Talent is left. I wasn't even there.
Next, we've got the Detroit Lions, and I have them taking Osiris Torrance, the guard out of Florida. Now, if you watch the Lions, yes, their offensive line for the most part was good, but guard play was still a problem, in my opinion. And reuniting Torrance with Anthony Richardson seems like a winning combo to me.
I agree.
Next, we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I got them taking Joey Porter Jr., the corner out of Penn State. A number of their defensive backs they have expired contracts, so if they can't afford to bring them back, then getting someone like Joey Porter would be a nice consolation prize.
Sure.
Next, we've got the Seattle Seahawks, and I got them taking Jordan Addison, the wide receiver out of USC.
Wow.
Trying to think of that receiver's name. Not DK, but
Quentin Johnson?
no, the one on the Seahawks.
Oh, Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett is like 31 going on 32. So he's not going to be playing much longer, I don't think. So getting someone like Jordan Addison who shares a similar skill set would be advantageous for Seattle.
13 going on 30.
Next, we've got the Chargers, and I have them taking Zay Flowers, the wide receiver out of Boston College, and actually adding some speed to that wide receiver core with the Chargers.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense because Keenan Allen might be released.
And also, they just don't have any speed at the position. Next, we've got the Baltimore Ravens taking Keely Ringo, the corner out of Georgia. He plays a similar style to what Baltimore likes in their corners. He's very aggressive, but he will get burned sometimes. But he's got all the talent in the world, and he was so clutch in that national championship against Alabama a year ago. So I think that has solidified him as a first rounder for me. There's flaws in his game, but I definitely enjoy the tape overall.
I was about to say you were definitely shitting on him a minute ago.
I wasn't shitting on him. I was just saying that he's not cornerback one.
I know, I'm fucking with you. Go ahead.
Next, we got the Minnesota Vikings, and I had them taking Quentin Johnston, the wide receiver out of TCU.
Fuck, he almost made it.
I know. But with Adam Thielen getting older, and Justin Jefferson arguably being their only real threat at receiver, you got to re-up that position. Next, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I have them taking Kalijah Kancey, the defensive tackle out of Pitt.
Who?
Kalijah Kancey. He's a really good He's a really good pass rusher from the interior, and he came from the same school as Aaron Donald.
Oh, this is that guy.
Yeah.
I forgot the fucker's name, but yeah, there was a good defensive tackle. I guess.
Next, we got the Giants taking Jackson Smith and Jigba, the wide receiver out of Ohio State. You got to give Daniel Jones some weapons so he doesn't have any excuses.
He'll still have a fucking excuse because, we got to get him a number one receiver. You ruin every fucking receiver he gets.
Next, we got Tim Boyd.
Boys.
All right, and I got them taking Josh Downs, the wide receiver out of North Carolina. They got to get some speed at the wide receiver position. All they got is CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup. That's not good enough. Get Josh Downs. He can play in the slot. He can play outside. He had a really good year for North Carolina. CPG can attest to that.
But can he, though? CPG can he?
CPG, tell us about Josh Downs.
Who you got him going to?
Dallas.
Yeah, I think that would help Dak Prescott out for sure.
Well, sure, but they just traded fucking Cooper last year.
Well, I don't feel like they found a real solid player at that position they could build on, I think that could be it right there.
I don't know. CD Lamb, in my opinion, would still be the wide receiver one.
Well, I mean, apart from CD.
Oh, okay.
Well, CD's a slot receiver, though, right?
No, he plays on the outside.
I thought he was in the slot because that game the Jags played Dallas, he was fucking reaping Trey Burton.
I mean, he can play. You can line him up anywhere. I mean, we did the same thing with Devontae Adams. We lined him up on the outside. We lined him up in the slot. It's not like you just relegate one player to one position. That's not how you win. You got to keep players on their. You got to keep defenses on their toes.
Part of me does wonder how much Drake May made the receivers look good, though.
We'll have to see next year. But next, I got the Buffalo Bills taking Broderick Jones, the offensive tackle out of Georgia. If you saw that game against the Cincinnati Bengals, it was not pretty for that Buffalo offense. That offensive line got bullied all game. And at offensive tackle, they need a lot of improvement. And Broderick Jones is really freaking good. Next, we got the Cincinnati Bengals also taking an offensive lineman. I have them taking DeWand Jones, the offensive tackle out of Ohio State. This dude is massive, 370 pounds, 6'7". I think I mentioned it before, but at the Senior Bowl.
Wow, he missed that shit.
What? Oh.
Yeah, he meant the Dragons.
Anyways, DeWand Jones at the Senior Bowl measured in with an 89-inch wingspan, which is the longest in Senior Bowl history. This dude is massive, and if he gets his hands on you, like, that's the end of your pass rush rep. You're done.
And he has a 16.5-inch dick. He's fucking huge everywhere.
Oh my god. Next, we've got the New Orleans Saints. With the pick that's been passed around like the village bicycle, everyone's had a ride.
And my ex-wife.
Like, this pick was originally San Francisco's. And then they traded it to Miami. Then Miami traded it to Denver. And then Denver traded it to New Orleans for Sean Payton.
And then we're going to go to Washington and Michigan. And then we're going to go to D.C. and take over the White House. Yeah!
And then I'm going to take your sorry, stupid piece of trash ass to the ring and whoop you dry, boy.
Anyways, I have the Saints with this pick taking Lucas Van Ness, the edge rusher out of Iowa. He doesn't have a lot of reps. He was mostly a pass rush specialist at Iowa, but like when he was on the field, his presence was definitely felt. They're about to lose Marcus Davenport in free agency, I believe. So getting someone like Lucas Van Ness to fill in and develop is not a bad idea, especially when you have Cam Jordan, I believe, on the opposite side.
Holy balls.
The Saints?
Saints.
Yeah.
I think Cam Jordan's a free agent.
Well, if they get him back.
If they can afford him.
Yeah. Well, that makes getting Lucas Van Ness even more of a priority then. Because they're so insanely thin at edge.
I thought it was Marcus Davenport.
I thought it was Marcus Davenport.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. My fault. I was thinking of Davenport.
Good
Anyways,
job,
getting someone like Lucas Van Ness to replace Marcus Davenport and develop him it seems like a good idea to me.
Many sorrows to the draft since I apologize.
I don't like that his name's Lucas.
Why not?
I don't know. It's just a gay name. I'm not intimidated by nobody named Lucas. My name is Lucas.
You know what's going to hold these other leagues back for a long time?
What's that?
Quarterback play.
Oh, it's atrocious.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got 2 picks left. We got the Philadelphia Eagles, and I have them taking Antonio Johnson, safety out of Texas A&M. Pair him up with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and I think you got a good pairing right there.
It's a nice pairing of two Big Johnsons.
And next, we got the Kansas City Chiefs, the Super Bowl champions, taking B.J. Ojulari, the edge rusher out of LSU.
There's another Ojulari?
Yeah, he plays at LSU.
How the fuck do you get that? How the fuck do two different families have that last name?
They're brothers.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Does anybody remember? Show me what you got, Raji.
Of course I remember that.
I don't want to remember it.
Anyways, B.J. Ojulari, really good pass rusher. Kind of outside of what Kansas City really likes at the edge rusher position, but they're so thin at edge that...
They like
they
me.
just drafted that Greek dude.
That what?
I thought they just drafted that Greek dude last
Yeah,
year.
but also Frank Clark, I mean, I think he's getting a little old.
Getting a little old and used up.
A little long in the tooth.
Yeah, a little bit.
Long as it.
But anyways, that's my mock.
You never heard that before?
Yay!
You
Any
never
thoughts
heard
on that?
I really, 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 really think the football gods hate my goddamn guts if Derek Carr becomes a Panther.
Yeah, Nick, usually your Montrezl I'm not going to lie to you, dude. This one wasn't fun.
We'll see.
I mean, some of them was okay, but yeah, Carr going to the Panthers.
I mean, a lot of the picks make sense. I just,
Yeah, they make sense.
like, I'm being a homer. I don't want Derek Carr.
Yeah. I was gonna.
I mean, I feel like Chicago got a good haul.
They did.
From what I've heard, the Saints are gonna go after Derek Carr.
And I made this mock before I really started to think that was the case. So again, this was just a mock. It's not like I'm predicting the future or anything like that.
Because now they're talking about Mac Jones potentially coming here. I don't want Mac Jones either.
Yeah, why the fuck would anybody want Mac Jones?
Yeah, apparently there's a quarterback.
Michael did before the Bears drafted Justin Fields.
If I had a choice, C.J. Stroud.
I really
If you
hope
can make that happen, make it happen.
Man,
I really hope that's for you.
I'm just saying, like, don't sleep on Bryce Young. That dude lost a
I
lot
like
of weapons.
Bryce Young, but I don't think we'll be able to get Bryce Young.
I like Bryce Young too, but CJ Stroud's my QB1.
I worry a little bit.
He's CJ
Yeah.
Stroud's underrated. He's very.
I would argue that CJ Stroud's a little like overrated based on the weapons he's got. He's got better weapons than Bryce Young did this year.
I mean, that's cool. That's cool and all, but it's like at an NFL, for the NFL, you're expected to put weapons around your quarterback, though.
I mean, yeah, but it's not like Bryce Young stunk up the joint with the weapons that he had.
No. I'm not saying he didn't.
No,
He definitely. Bryce Young's definitely that dude.
I'm personally very high on Bryce Young.
I just think that Bryce Young did more with less compared to CJ Stroud. Stroud had
Yeah, that's
Marvin.
fair.
He had Marvin Harrison Jr. and Jackson Smith and Jigba, and I forgot the other one's name, but he's really good too.
So,
And like, I mean, Bryce lost a lot of his weapons from last year to the draft.
yeah. What receiver went from Alabama this year or this past year?
Universally,
Jameson Williams.
Oh yeah. That's right.
universally, everybody agrees that the only knock on Young is his size.
Yeah, I've been hearing that.
Exactly. Like, other than that, he's a baller.
Yeah, I've been telling people, if you watch when a play breaks down, the way he mentally processes that's
No, he plays this game. He plays the game in slow motion. Sometimes it looks like it's crazy.
It's like he just sees the whole field break down in front of him. He knows exactly what to do.
It's like I don't know if you guys played those NCAA games, but when you played on career mode and you could like slow down the play.
Oh, Road to Glory, yeah.
Yeah. You could like slow down the play. Like that's what Bryce Young does all the time, it feels like.
Yeah, I agree. It's like you said. The only knock on him is he's a tree elf, but that's
Which you kind
Oh,
of worry
speaking
about
of the
that
tree elf,
in the NFL. You have 300+ pound linemen running full speed at you.
apparently the tree elf didn't want.
Yeah, but
Sean
he's
Payton.
also like really fast too.
You got to
Well,
hope
yeah.
he's going to a
Like you
team
said,
with a good
like-
offensive line, though.
well, you should be. Well, you should be if you're that fucking short. Better at least be fast.
If your team's planning on drafting him, you should be planning on since free agency is about to start in a month or so. You should be
Yeah,
signing
that's already
offensive
about to start.
linemen.
And
Yeah,
franchise
they
tag.
They should be going after linemen if their plan is to draft Bryce Young.
I think the Texans, I mean, they got Titus Howard, who isn't the best, but he's fine. And
Laramie Tunsil.
Laramie Tunsil's damn good.
It's just their inside that's like they have a decent offensive line. It's just there's some noticeable holes on their inside.
And honestly, I do think D'Amico Ryans is going to get that defense right.
I think
If he
D'Amico
don't- if he
Ryans
don't-
is the best.
If he don't get
coach.
nothing else right, he better get that right.
I think that's the best coaching hire they've had in a while.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
there's really not much to compare it to. You had Bob, fucking
Maybe Kubiak.
Kubiak.
I mean, Sean Payton going to the Broncos.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
No, I meant in like Texans history. I was thinking
Oh, okay.
be Kubiak,
Let's
right?
see. They had Dom Capers. They had Kubiak.
God damn, does Dom just go to all the expansion teams? Shit.
He was our defensive coordinator for way too long, Dom Capers.
He was
Yeah,
our
he was.
inaugural head coach.
He was Houston's inaugural head coach.
Yeah, he was our defensive coordinator for too damn long.
That's crazy that he was Houston and
Yeah, then they
Carolina.
went to Bob, then Lovey Smith, or not Lovey Smith. What the fuck is the other guy's name that was there for a year?
I thought he got shafted badly. Like, it wasn't his fault that they were
Yeah,
stuck.
he did. I can't think of his fucking name though.
Who?
Chad, who was fucking the Houston coach after Bob and before Lovey
I think
Smith?
I think he came from the Ravens originally.
Damn it!
Hold on.
That's gonna fuck
Hold
with me
on.
now. What the fuck is
I'm
his
gonna,
name?
I'm gonna look it up for you.
Google
please.
machine.
Yes, please use the Google machine. Oh, there you go,
I'm-
David Culley. David Culley.
There you go.
Yeah, David Culley got shafted bad.
He got fucked over big time. Then Lovey, and now
I mean, Lovey went out with a bang. Lovey went out.
Oh
with
yeah, I love Lovey going
I
like
love that he did that. I love that he did that. Good for
like they were
Lovey.
just like, hey, Lovey, we're not sure that we want you back as head coach. Well, I'm not sure you want that number one pick.
Oh, I fucking. And when Lovey Smith, after that game, he said, "Well, I think this is the best win of my Bears career."
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
That's awesome.
Yo, shout out to Lovey Smith.
Yeah,
Oh,
I always liked Lovey Smith. That was just shitty.
Apparently,
I will say he got screwed over in 2012 when he got shafted after a 12-win season, I think. No, wait, 10-win season.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't he like go 10-6, miss the playoffs, and then got fired?
Yeah.
I think the
Yeah,
reason
fucking
why,
terrible.
because we started 7-1 and we took a huge collapse.
Which is fair, but still.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not denying that the Bears did Lovey.
I mean, he was better than Mark Trestman, that's for sure.
Oh,
the
God,
only
yeah,
thing
that-
Mark Trestman
that
did,
fucking guy.
outside of 2013 when our offense was good, the problem was our defense.
Dude, Mark Trestman, first of all, he looks like a fucking nerd. Am I wrong?
No, you're not at all. You are not at all.
Like, oh, he won 2 Grey Cups with the CFL.
Is that really why he got hired?
Yeah, that was one of his claims to fame, winning
Oh
Grey Cups with the
my
CFL.
God.
oh, Trestman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck about a great
Over Brian, who's that?
Bruce Arians?
Oh yeah. I was over Bruce Arians, and I'm like,
That
this
is
is who
fucking-
you replace Lovey with.
I thought the only reason his claim to fame was the fucking working with the Ravens, but oh my
Nah,
God.
the great. No, they mentioned his championship caliber with the CFL.
They hired this motherfucker over winning a Grey Cup. Okay.
Yeah, because the Bears
No,
ownership.
not one Grey Cup, 2 Grey Cups.
Oh, holy shit.
Well,
Motherfucker won
that
two
shows you how
Grey
dumb
Cups.
our
Look out for that
management
guy.
is.
Canada wants to make their football hockey. They want to call it a goddamn cup instead of a trophy.
Yeah. That's why
Ours
hockey-
is the
that's why
Lombardi
hockey-
Trophy.
That's why
Why?
hockey
Who won the
sucks.
first 2 Super Bowls? Vince Lombardi.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Hey,
it
we
was
could-
the AFL versus NFL
Hey,
championship.
come to the CFL and win a cup. Fuck off.
Dude, no one watches that shit. No one watches the CFL.
I'll only watch it if I'm like having football withdrawals in the summer.
It's so different from like regular football anyway. It's weird.
Yeah.
Speaking of different from regular football, did you guys see how they like kick off in the XFL?
Yeah.
That is fucking weird. That tripped me out the first time I saw it. They're just all facing each other, and then like you cannot move until the guy catches it. Like the fuck?
Not a fan of that.
That just weirded me out. Like I didn't get that at all.
At least there was a hard hit that they didn't.
Because they're trying to make it safer than the NFL, which the NFL fucking already killed fucking special teams returns for the most part.
Yeah, really.
And nothing ever happens on special teams usually anymore.
Hey, unless your name is Keyshawn Nixon.
Or Devin Hester.
You see more blocked kicks now than you
Devin
do.
Hester played
punt
back when
return.
shit did happen on special teams. Awkward silence.
This man, Jaguar man, just contradicted himself 2 comments in a row.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a strange one.
XFL is the same as the NFL. XFL isn't the same as the NFL.
Yo, are you okay?
I think he did a typo and just forgot to put the fucking.
I don't like that one camera angle they do where it's kind of like at an angle from the offense and defense.
What,
It's
the
like
XFL?
you can't really see the ball carrier sometimes that way. Like the way the NFL does it, it's like dead even on the line.
I just want to know when we're going to get access into the cheerleaders' locker rooms, like the first time Vince did it.
Yo. What?
Yeah, when they had like Jim Ross doing commentary. And JR and Jesse Ventura, I think, were the XFL commentary.
They were.
Hey, do you want to know what I want to see? Cheerleaders' boobies.
There it is.
Boobies.
There it
You sound like a goddamn virgin.
Well, I mean,
There it is.
John Cena saying boobies.
He said you sound like a virgin. Bryant, what you doing?
I mean, he's not exactly wrong, and he kind of is. So yeah.
They literally want me to tape when I lose it.
Yeah, because I'm not going to believe it. I mean, how could anyone believe a woman let you inside her vagina? Like,
You know what, Michael? I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to see that video.
Jaganoff wants to.
come on, you know that would come on. You know him trying to fuck would be hilarious.
I'm not trying to see this man naked.
She's gonna be
Well,
like,
you
put
don't
it in
watch
the hole.
porn?
No, the hole. No, the hole.
That hole, this one, wrong one.
I know. Jaganoff, listen.
He tries to put it in her ear.
Like
We're gonna
Family
have
Guy
ear
when they're
sex like
doing
on
it in the
Family
ear.
Guy.
Yeah,
Dude.
exactly. Family Guy.
Ear sex. Oh god, this motherfucker gonna have ear sex.
We're doing it in the ear because we're celibate.
No, he's doing it. He tried to stick it up her nose.
Hold on. What's Why does he say he want to see cheerleaders dump trucks?
Their ass.
That means they're booties.
I was about to say too. You don't
Wait,
see
wait.
Some of y'all really need to get laid.
ass. Why do cheerleaders don't got ass in the NFL?
Any favorite Super Bowl? I'll tell
Because
you.
they've got to catch them and shit.
The Flash was my favorite.
I ain't gonna lie.
No.
Though, if I'm like on the period, I'm just letting the cheerleader just fall on my face ass first.
I think that the commercials get
There
worse
was
over the years.
one commercial where the
No,
Yeah,
I like that Flash commercial.
What's that
Of course
commercial
you do.
where everyone got pranked? Y'all
The
don't know?
Tubi.
Yeah, the Tubi commercial that everyone thought that
did
someone.
not.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I thought one of my dogs stepped on the fucking remote.
What was everybody watching that on a streaming app and not on the actual TV?
No, I was watching it at B-Dub.
I got FUBU.
Yeah,
If
I
you
thought-
were watching it on Hulu, why would you think that you're on Tubi all of a sudden?
I said I have FUBU.
Oh,
I was
even
on
worse. Why would
I
it
was-
be Tubi suddenly?
I was at a B-Dub, so I thought maybe they were streaming it.
Didn't know, and that's the thing. I didn't know what the fuck it was. I didn't know what happened. Like I said, when it just started moving like that.
No, it's because most
I thought
people
one of my
looked
dogs
away
was on the
because the game went to commercials, and if you
Also,
weren't
shout out to Rihanna for performing while pregnant, while high up in the sky.
While pregnant.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not my baby.
But like they went on commercial, but the
Hey, it's
commercial
ASAP Rocky's second kid with her.
No, babe, bitches, that's my fucking problem.
the commercial was fucking Greg Olson and Kevin Burkhardt, but then it changes the channel. It wasn't
yeah,
actually.
that fool.
Can we talk about how Greg Olson's gonna have to take a pay cut for Brady?
Oh, yeah. You know what? I'd say this right now. I'm not watching any fucking game this piece of shit Tom Brady commentates and if he happens to pick up a Jaguars game, I'm watching that shit on mute. Fuck
How
Tom
do
Brady.
you watch a game on mute?
So I'd rather watch a fucking game on mute than hear Tom Brady for taking this man's money. Like, this shit is ridiculous. It's like every fucking time he goes somewhere, someone has to sacrifice just to create cater to this piece of shit. Like, why? Why does he have to be put everywhere? I hate him.
I mean, who's gonna be the most hated quarterback now that Tom Brady's retired?
Well, it could be anybody, but they still won't be as hated as him.
Jagging
I mean, the only reason they hate Patrick Mahomes is because of his cunt wife and queer brother.
Jagging off. You just don't understand the greatness of Brady. I love him.
I want to twist his nipples.
We almost made it through a night without him saying anything fucking gay.
When there's Billy Bob, there's gayness between him and Brady.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And then there's you with Justin Fields.
Fox and Brady
love
are really about to fuck Greg Olson.
When I think of
Yo.
Tony, I like his. His is alright.
See, I liked Romo a lot in the beginning, but it kind of got annoying after a little bit.
I mean, he's decent. I mean, also too, like the man whose money they're taking out for Brady's bitch ass. Greg Olson's one of the best commentators out there right now.
Exactly. Greg Olson
I think
is fantastic.
Yeah, I like Greg Olson. He sounds like he at least knows what the fuck he's talking about half of the time. And we're gonna put this piece of shit
I love
there?
it too because now the rest of the country gets to see why Panthers fans liked Greg Olson so much.
And
I always liked Greg Olson. I liked him in college.
and
I liked him on the Bears.
And then like he's so much better than Chris Collinsworth, who was like, now here's a guy that
Greg Olson himself is a likable person, and I think that carries over to his commentary.
Yeah, Chris Collinsworth is like the boring version of John Madden.
Jaguar Man says that Butters got Rihanna pregnant.
Yeah, John Madden knew what he was talking about, but he was funny at the same time.
Here's the guy that when he runs, he goes faster.
We would say some obvious shit, but
Oh
not
yeah,
too-
John Madden would be like, "You see, he caught the ball past the yellow line, so that's a first down." Boom.
but not on Booger
I
McFarland's level.
no, the funniest, like, obvious thing that anyone has ever said on commentary before is Booger McFarland when he was like, Taysom Hill is lined up at tight end. That means he's either going to block or go out for a pass. No
Booger
shit!
McFarland was bad with that.
Booger McFarland was terrible, bro.
Hey, but Jaganov would take
Be like, you see, they have the ball because they're on offense.
He looked like a Star Trek villain too.
He is one Popeye biscuit away from being a tight end.
No, Booger McFarland straight up looked like a Star Trek villain.
He did. All right, well,
Greg Olson and Mike Tirico would be nice, though.
yeah.
I don't really pay attention to the commentators, to be honest.
I would fuck with Mike Tirico and Greg Olson for Sunday nights.
Please don't.
I said fuck with, not fuck them.
We will fuck. All right, well, I think that's about it. Well, guys, we fucking made it a year. How about that?
Hell yeah.
To the
Still going-
true awkward silence fans out there.
Still going strong, baby. But I think this one's about out of time. Does anybody got anything else to add?
Eat ass.
Absolutely. I'm gonna do that as soon as my daughter goes
Pow,
to bed.
pow, pow. I fisted. I ate it.
I'm okay, Dad.
My old lady about to get a nice ass tonguing.
I'm okay, Dad.
Ass tonguing.
Mother free.
Jesus Christ. All right, well, I would just like to say at the end of this, I appreciate everybody in the chat, and I appreciate everybody that's been rocking with Awkward Silence for this past year. Couldn't have done it without you, and we hope to do many more years of this podcast. So, we all don't kill each other by then. But that's all we got. What? Okay. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.